Hi, this is my leadership vlog, and today I'm going to talk about what I've learned in my class this semester. Um, First, I'm going to talk about how my definition of leadership changed. Then, I'm going to talk about my future plans to keep developing my leadership skills. And then, I'm going to end with some of my favorite moments of this class. Before I started this class, my definition of leadership wasn't necessarily leadership, but more of a leader. And my assumption was that leaders do leadership. So my definition was a leader was someone with a position, was somebody that was able to command a group of people, and was able to get people to do things and accomplish goals. While this is also a valid definition of what a leader is, it's not necessarily a definition of what leadership is. So my new definition is about the leadership skill, not necessarily the person. So leadership is the ability to communicate a shared vision while developing and empowering others to accomplish shared goals. This, I think, is a more accurate representation of what leadership is. It's a skill and it's an ability. I don't think that my leadership definition won't change. I know through different experiences it will change. So for right now, that's my definition of leadership. As you can see here, I made a word cloud of all the topics we talked about and learned about in class. And as you can see, the big main word is leadership, which shouldn't be surprising. It was really interesting to learn about all these different theories and abilities and all these different definitions of leadership. And it proves to me anyway that there is no one definition for leadership, and there probably never will be, because leadership changes depending upon social situations, but also is different based on different experiences that different people have. So it's different for everyone. But it was interesting to me to see how leadership theories have changed and become more, not necessarily one size fits all, but kind of a, pick here and there, because leadership isn't always it's not one dimensional. And probably my not favorite, but one of the topics we covered, which I thought was really interesting and I hadn't heard in any other classes or learned about, was the Johari's window. And as you can see, I used the website that was provided to make my own Johari's window. And in this website, you choose 6 adjectives to describe yourself out of, I think, maybe 55, and you send it to other people, and then they choose 6 for you. But they don't know which ones you chose or things like that. The adjectives I used to describe myself, I thought were pretty, apparent or obvious. But it was interesting because I had about 10 people fill it out, friends and family, and it was interesting to see that barely anyone chose the same ones I did. But the ones they did chose were all kind of the same, but slightly different. So it was even interesting to see that even to me, definitions or adjectives to describe myself that I thought would be pretty apparent aren't necessarily what comes out to other people about me. So it made me think more about how other people perceive me and how they might perceive me in a leadership capacity as well. The other one or topic I liked a lot was the strength finders. I did it before I went to Rome with the Dean's Global Ag and Food program, and we didn't really discuss it. We just all kind of did it to see how the team fell in the different categories. So it was interesting to kind of dive into it and see exactly why certain ones were chosen, and to see if I agreed with some of them. Probably my favorite one was my number 1 trait was includer, and in the definition they give you, or the long reasonings and explanations for that, is one sentence that I think really hits the nail on the head when describing me. It says, "Driven by your talents, you make no claims of being a morning person." And anyone that knows me knows that I'm not a morning person at all. Now, they say this is because it takes you longer to you're a very segmented person. So when you're sleeping, you're sleeping. When you're working, you're working. When you're getting ready, you're getting ready, which I could see. But it just made me laugh because taking the test, they don't ask you if you're a morning person or not. But for some reason, they were able to decipher that out of a few short questions. So my future plans to continue developing my leadership skills. While I'm a senior, I will soon be giving up my position in my sorority, which is sad, but I'm excited for when I do graduate and I get a job to see what sort of leadership skills I gain from that, having to work in an office setting or do any sort of canvassing or fundraising type activity. It'll give me opportunities to learn different skills that I wouldn't necessarily learn in a classroom or even in positions that I had in my sorority. Because I am graduating, I'll be becoming an alumna, which is exciting because I'll be able to volunteer my time and my expertise to the chapter in a different role, not as an active member, but as an older individual. And then I will hopefully be an advisor in some capacity, which will be great because I'll be able to give more of my knowledge, not necessarily my ability, to the chapter since I'll be an adult with a job. But I'm excited to see what sort of opportunities come my way in leadership, but also in other sort of skills and abilities.